In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the top 15 hardest things to obtain in Grow Garden. And just to keep in mind, these aren't in any particular order, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to start off with is Kitsune. So in order to obtain the Kitsune pet, you would need to buy it from the Zen egg, which was worth 30 chi each. And Kitsune was a 0.08% chance, so it was pretty rare. And you could only get it during the Zen update, which makes it unobtainable. Okay, so the next thing on this list is Lotus. So Lotus is also something that you could only have gotten during the Zen update. And the way to get it was by feeding this plant some seeds. In return, you get a seed pack. But it was only a 2.5% chance of actually getting Lotus. So now Lotus is gone forever. So if you see a player with one, you're basically looking at a museum piece. So the next item on this list is the raccoon. So one of the ways you can get the raccoon is from the night egg, but it's only a 1% chance of giving you it. And yeah, it's only a limited time. And you can only get it during the Lunar Glow update. So if you miss the event, your only option is now trading, and people charge crazy prices for this pet. So that's why when you see someone with a raccoon, you know they're either insanely lucky, insanely rich, or insanely dedicated. Next up, we've got the cursed fruit, and honestly, this one's a nightmare to get. It was originally introduced during the Easter 2025 event, and unless you were playing back then, your chances are basically zero. The only way to get it was through exotic seed packs, and the drop rate was insanely low, around 0.5%. That means you could open hundreds of packs and still walk away empty-handed. And to make things worse, right now it's actually unobtainable. So unless the devs bring it back in a future event, this fruit is more like a trophy for the lucky few who already have it. Coming in next is the Spinosaurus, or Spino for short. This pet is insanely rare. You could only hatch it from a primal egg, and the odds were brutal, just 0.5%. But rarity isn't the only thing that makes Spino special. It has the ability called Food Chain, which lets it devour mutations from 3 different fruits and then roll them onto a single random fruit in your garden. If you favorite a fruit, Spino will prioritize it, meaning you can stack up crazy mutations all in one place. But unfortunately, it's marked as unobtainable right now. So unless you're lucky enough to hatch one back when it was available, you cannot get it anymore basically. It's another fruit you cannot get anymore. Now it's the soul fruit. The soul fruit is one of the hardest items to obtain in Grow Garden. To get a soul fruit in Grow Garden, you must open exotic seed packs with a 1.5% chance of obtaining a soul fruit seed, which was added during the limited time Easter event in 2025. Okay, now next up is obtaining a rainbow titanic rare pet. First, you need a very rare pet, like the mimic octopus or phoenix. You have a small chance of getting a rare pet by hatching eggs, especially the expensive higher tier ones. Another option is to trade with other players, but they're gonna charge a very high price. Next, you need to make that rare pet a titanic size. This doesn't happen often. You might get lucky and hatch an oversized pet from an egg. If not, you need to age up a semi-huge pet by feeding it. Over time, it can grow into a titanic, but this takes a lot of patience. Finally, you need the rainbow mutation. You can get this in 1 of 3 ways. Get lucky, because you might get a rainbow mutation naturally when you hatch a pet, but the chances are very, very low. Or you could use a mutation machine. You can put your pet into the machine for a chance at a rainbow mutation, and you can buy a premium egg. There's a 1% chance to get a guaranteed rainbow pet by purchasing a premium primal egg with Robux. So, to get a rainbow titanic pet, you have to do all 3 of this. Get a rare pet, make it titanic, and get the rainbow mutation. So it's a huge challenge. That's why this is one of the most rarest things to obtain in Grow Garden. Okay, next is Statue of Achievement. You can only get this by completing every achievement in the game, from normal ones all the way up to prismatic and divine ones. It also gives you extra backpack slots. Yeah, you can understand how this would be really hard to get. Okay, now we have the dragonfly, and the dragonfly is a divine pet that was added in the animal update, and it can be obtained by hatching the bug egg with a 1% chance. But it's really OP. Every 5 minutes it can turn one of your fruits golden, which is crazy. And it was the first divine pet to be released into the game. So up next we have the hungry plant. It's a crazy limited item from the hungry plants event. It looks like the Venus flytrap, and you have to complete special quests just to feed it. And you can't get it anymore. If you didn't play during the events, you completely missed out, making the hungry plant one of the rarest and hardest items in the entire game. Coming in next is the T-Rex. This pet only comes from a dinosaur egg, which was added during the prehistoric event. The chance to hatch a T-Rex from an egg is really low, like 0.5%. So yeah, super unlikely. And yeah, it's really OP. Every 20 minutes, it picks a random mutation from one of your fruits and spreads it to 3 of your other fruits. So it's really flashy and useful. But you can't obtain it anymore. It was limited to only the prehistoric event, so if you missed it, you missed it. The Moon Blossom is one of the most beautiful, but also one of the rarest plants in Grow Garden. Back when the Lunar Glow event was active, the only way to get it was through night seed packs, and even then the odds were tiny. You had about 0.5% chance in a regular night pack, or slightly better at 2.5% chance if you're opening premium ones. That low drop rate made it insanely hard to get the Moon Blossom. Now that the event is long gone, there's no way to obtain it anymore. So if you see someone with a Moon Blossom in the garden today, you know that they were either incredibly lucky back then or put in some serious grind during the event. Alright, next up is the Red Dragon. The Red Dragon is a mythical type pet in Grow Garden, and it was leaked in April 30, 2025 and has not been released to the public. Since it is an unreleased pet, the Red Dragon is considered one of the rarest pets in the game. Its abilities are Scorched Soil, which sets a random nearby crop ablaze, applying the Burnt mutation, which creates the valuable Cooked mutation. And as of now, it is unobtainable. It remains a scrapped pet, meaning it will not be added to the game in the future. Or maybe it will. Alright, now it's the Graceful mutation. Basically, you need to get the swan pet first, which you get by purchasing a fall egg from the fall market for 90 million shekels. You hatch the egg to obtain the swan pet, which has a 1% hatch chance. Then you place it in your garden and wait for the mutation. Every 6 minutes, the swan will apply the Graceful mutation to a random fruit in your garden. Without the swan pet, obtaining the Graceful mutation is impossible. And yeah, if you consider all of these things, so yeah, the swan pet only obtainable during the fall market events, making it available for a limited time each year, with only a 1% chance to hatch, and the egg costs 90 million shekels, which is a lot. And the Graceful mutation is exclusive just to the swan pet. And yeah. Now lastly, the Jandel monkey. It is a prismatic, which is the highest rarity, and every 29 seconds it applies all mutations to a nearby plant, including rare event and admin mutations, which can result in significant increase in the plant's sell value. The Jandel monkey isn't available through standard gameplay methods. You can only get it from Jandel or any admin or / developer. So yeah, that's why it's really rare. So I guess that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.